Hello student, now we are learning the second applications or uses of potentiometer, that is to find the internal resistance of the cell. With the help of the voltmeter or multimeter, we can find out the potential difference between the two terminal of the cell. But with the help of this potentiometer, we can find out the internal resistance of the cell also. This is one more advantages of potentiometer. Now to find out the internal resistance of this cell, we are using the one formula and we are obtaining the formula from this method of it. Now see that the same circuit diagram, same apparatus are used. Now see that the same apparatus are used, that is a potentiometer. On the wooden board, AB is a long uniform conducting wire is placed. After that, A to B terminal, we are applying the supply. High battery voltage is connected. Then after that, key, that is K1, and the rheostats are connected in between the A and B terminal. A terminal after that connected to the cell E1, and then it is connected to the galvanometer. Galvanometer after that carries the jockey J. After that, there is only one slightly arrangement is there. We are connecting the resistance R parallel to the E1. Parallel to the E1, we are connecting the resistance R, and after that we connected along with that key K2. Now two keys are used. One is a K1 and second is a K2. This K2 is connected in a series with a resistance R. Now if you see that these two are parallel to the E1. If this K2 is open, then the current will not flow in this branch of it. If K2 is closed, then currents are divided and it will be flow through this loop of it, and after that it is flowing through the galvanometer. This is a main important use of the K2. When it is open, then the current does not flow through it. When it is closed, then the currents are flowing through it. Now come to the next procedure of it. First one is that if K1 is closed and K2 is open. Previously I told you that if K2 is open, then currents will not flowing through it, and then current will follows the path. Here it is mentioned A, P, Q, G, and then it will be complete the point M. This AM after that measure with the help of the meter scale and then note down the reading is there. When galvanometer shows a zero deflection, M point is called as the null point. Measure the AM is equal to the L1 value. Then again, according to the principle of the potentiometer, this length is directly proportional to the whatever the EMF is produced across this, or potential difference is produced across these two terminal of it. That's why E1 is directly proportional to the L1. E1 is equal to K into L1, equation number 1. Now second procedure is that when K1 is closed, already it is closed. Now K2 is again it is closed. Previously it is open, now it is closed. When it is closed, then currents is flowing through this loop of it. When currents are flowing through this loop of it, then potential difference because of this battery and across this resistance will be produced across these two terminal. That potential difference V is directly proportional to the length AM. And that length will taken as a L2. Therefore, we can say that when the galvanometer shows a null deflection, second method of it, second procedure, then that point is a M point, null point, measure the AM, and that AM is taken as a L2. L2 corresponding to the voltage V, and V is directly proportional to the L2 according to the principle of potentiometer. Potential difference between the two terminals is directly proportional to the length between it. then V is equal to K is a constant into L2, equation number 2, where K is the potential gradient. So two equations in our hands. First equation is there, E1 is equal to K into L1. V is second equation, V is equal to K into L2. Divide the equation number 1 by 2. We can get here E1, E upon V is equal to K into L1 upon K into L2. Now here we take this. Divide the equation number 1 by 2. We can get E1 upon V is equal to K L1 upon K L2. K get cancelled. E1 upon V is equal to L1 upon L2, equation number 3. Now after that, if you can see that there is a loop, consider the loop PQST. PQST, apply the Ohm's law for it. EMF of this cell is E1. Potential difference across the R is I into R. Then this battery is having the internal resistance. Therefore, potential difference across the internal resistance is I into R value. Then we'll write here the equation. EMF of the cell is equal to potential difference across the R plus potential difference across the small r. Then E1 is equal to I into R plus I into small r, where R represent the internal resistance of the cell. Then after that, we know that according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R value divided by this equations. E1 upon V is equal to IR plus IR upon V. This equations, E1 is divided by V, that is IR. After dividing, E1 upon V is equal to IR plus IR upon V. Substitute the V value, that is IR. After substituting, taken as a common is I get cancel. R plus small r divided by R, equation number 4. Then can get here the equation number 4, that is E1 upon V is equal to R plus small r divided by R. And previously we calculate the E1 upon V. Now two equations are there. E1 upon V is equal to L1 upon L2. Here the E1 upon V is equal to R plus small r upon R value. Equating these two equations. After that, equating, cross multiply by R value of it, and then calculate the small r is equal to L1 upon L2 R minus R, and then taken as the R is a common from this case, and then R into L1 upon L2 minus 1. And then we can get the formula for the internal resistance of the cell. Small r is equal to capital R into L1 upon L2 minus 1. Now if you see that in that case, if you know the resistance value from this loop, resistance value, and L1 and L2 is calculated by this experiments, that is when it shows the galvanometer shows the null deflection of it, that L1 and L2 measure it. Substitute in this formula, we can get the internal resistance of the cell. Thank you.